All right, guys, Caitlin here. Let's talk about Cycle 2, Week 12. We have made it to the end of the semester. This is our last week, and now we get a break. And here's what we did today. Okay, so for timeline, we played Limbo. I use a jump rope, and just two of the moms, or me and another mom, will hold it, and we sing through the timeline song, and each of the kids goes under, and then for the next round, we lower it a little bit, and we do that and go through several times. So that's what we did for timeline. For math, we have moved on from skip counting and into something a little bit different. So I'm always happy for that transition. So anyway, for the teaspoons and tablespoons, I have a song to the tune of Sally the Camel that I sing with them. And then also I have these little cards that I made. They're in my Etsy shop. And so once we've talked about it and we sing the song a couple of times, then I give them the cards. Today we happen to only have 6 kids, and so I had my 4 cards here, and then 2 kids were the equal signs. I actually do have equal sign cards, but I forgot them at home. So and so they would just stand there and make the equation with the cards. So that's what we did for math. For geography, since we were talking about the Eastern European seas, whenever we do bodies of water, I typically use my little sea creatures, which I have, all these little plasticky sea creatures. So showed them where they were on the map. They traced them and marked them on their little dry erase maps. And then we took our sea creatures and we moved them around from place to place. For the indefinite pronouns for English, we just continued singing the next chunk of the song that we are doing for indefinite pronouns. We sang that several times. For history, did my standard hand motions, song, and visual cards. The hand motions, driven by grace, as always. Napoleon Bonaparte from the French Empire was defeated at the Battle of Waterloo by British General Wellington and his allies soon after the War of 1812 in the United States. So those were the hand motions that we did. And then for science, we used hand motions also and did asteroid, meteoroid, comet, and meteorite were our signs for those. And we just, we said them a couple of times, and then we reviewed dynamics, and we did pianissimo, we did forte, we did crescendo, we did decrescendo. So we used different voices to say them. And then finally for Latin, I had my cards here up on the whiteboard, and each kid came up with a pointer, and I gave them the choice. Did they want to sing them or say them themselves, or did they want me to play the song and us do it together as a class? So each kid is able to choose what they feel comfortable with, and some of them want to do it themselves, and some of them want the assistance of the song, and that's totally fine. But I like that because then it makes sure everybody is accommodated for whatever. So that's what we did for new grammar. For fine arts today, we do a tin whistle concert together as a community. So we did like just a short 5-minute review and just kind of reviewed all the different things that we've talked about. Not all the things, but just kind of hit the high notes of the things that we've talked about this year, and would, note names and a staff and the treble clef and the note values, what the notes are called. We did the dynamics, the parts of the tin whistle, and just kind of like a really quick review, and practice our song a couple times. And then we go into a room and all the classes get together, and each class takes a turn playing, and then each kid can, if they want to, do it solo, and then we play as a big group. So that's just what we've always done. So fine arts I didn't have to do any planning for or anything like that. And then finally for review today, I did bingo, and this week I've done it a little bit different every time that I've played it, but this time I got some little, I don't know what these are called, like these little counters. Oops. You find them like in the math manipulative section. Typically I got them at Dollar Tree in their little educational section, and you get like, there's little clear chips, and you get like a bajillion of them, 75 of them for $1 or something. Anyway, so I gave each kid a pile of those, and that was by far the least dramatic of manipulatives that we've used for bingo. So I have these laminated, so the kids, in the past have done it where they mark it off with the dry erase marker, which is fine. It's just they're doodling also, and then it has to be erased, and it gets all smeary and stuff sometimes. The last time I played it, I used little erasers that I had here at the house. I've got a bunch of these little miniature erasers from Michael's. which are cute, but then the kids were like trying to stack them up and sort them, and you know, like I like this eraser better than that eraser, so I didn't want to reuse those. So I got these little counters and they worked perfect, and the kids didn't mess with them a whole lot, and they didn't really care because they were all the same. And anyway, so you can use a lot of things for the bingo, however you want to, whatever works best for you. But if you have a Dollar Tree nearby or you have some of these in your house, I recommend them as far as like the least drama that's going to cause in your class. So there's that. I did think about trying to use something seasonal, but decided not to do that. Okay, that is everything. I think that's everything. So I am going to go downstairs and I'm going to put away my tutor stuff, and I'm not going to think about it for the next several weeks, at least until we have our Q3 tutor meeting, and enjoy my break. And I hope you do the same. I have not made a whole lot of other videos since I started week 1 of doing this once a week, for this year. And so I do have several plans. I'm hopeful now that CC is over and I have less on my plate with that, I will have time to make some other videos. So be watching for a video of what I do each week, to prepare for tutoring the next week. So kind of like, what's my routine when I get home, when I finish filming this video for you guys, what do I do until the next week for CC? And so I'm going to make that, and some about our school schedule, like how I schedule our weeks, just in general, not CC specific, but just our general homeschool, some other stuff like that. So if you have any requested videos you'd like to see, leave that in the comments, let me know, and I'm going to try to work on some over the break when I have a little bit of extra time. So be watching for those. But regardless, I hope you have a great week 12, and then I hope you have a fantastic Christmas break after that, and I will see you back here for these types of videos back in January. So bye.